This is the first of a three-part series on honeybee stings. You know, bees sting. That's the simple truth. And if you keep bees, you are going to get stung. A lot of beekeepers will get into beekeeping thinking that they'll never get stung, they'll wear all the personal protective equipment, but if you keep bees, you're going to get stung. That's why this series is so important. I'm going to talk a little bit in this episode about the history and biology of bee stings, and in future episodes, the body's reaction to bee stings, followed by how to prevent and address bee stings. Bees sting because of defense, but the stinger has not always been used for defense. So let's back up and think about this for just a little bit. Honeybees belong to a group of organisms called Hymenoptera, which is an order of insects that includes sawflies, wasps, ants, and bees. And when I ask you, what do wasps, ants, and bees have in common, you would all tell me that they sting. Well, that is true. Bees sting for defense, but wasps, there are two branches of wasp. One stings for defense, you would know those, the yellow jackets, the hornets, the paper wasp, etc. But some wasps use their stinger as its original intent, which is to lay eggs. So stingers originally developed to lay eggs. Some wasp species today even still use their stingers to lay their egg in their prey, and their young will develop inside the body of the prey. But in other wasps and bees, the stinger has been modified for defense. And so that's how honeybees use it. It's also why only female bees can sting, because stings are modified ovipositor. Ovipositor means egg laying. So since only females can lay eggs, only females have stings. Something unique about honeybee stings is that the female, the worker stinger, the shaft is barbed. So when they sting you and try to pull away from you to get away as they're stinging you, those barbs keep that stinger in your body. And when the bee pulls away, it rips out part of the sting anatomy and leaves it in your skin. This is not unique to honeybees. There are other bees and wasps that might leave their stinger in your body, but it's very uncommon in the bee and wasp world. So when you get stung by honeybees, you're going to have a stinger left behind. If you're stung by something that leaves a stinger behind, it's probably a honeybee. So let's talk a little bit about this sting anatomy. It's really a fantastic piece of bee anatomy. It's made up of multiple parts. I've already alluded to the first of those, the shaft, the pointy end that goes in you. But if you look closely at the sting anatomy, that shaft leads to a muscular bulb that then leads to a venom sac and venom glands. You see, the thing that hurts you when you get stung is not the act of being pierced, it's the fact that that stinger is putting venom into your body. So starting from the top of the anatomy, you've got glands, venom glands, that are producing the chemical that causes the pain and reaction. Those venom glands produce that chemical. The chemical is stored in the venom sac. And from that venom sac, that muscular bulb beats almost like a heart, pumping that venom from the venom sac through the shaft into your arm. Now, the shaft itself is made up of three parts, and if you look closely at those three parts, you'll see that two of those parts, the lancets, move on the other part, the stylet, and as that muscular bulb beat, the lancets just dig their way further and further and further into your body. That's why when the bee deposits its stinger in you, those barbs hold your skin, that muscular bulb is beating, and those lancets are pushing further and further into your skin. That's why the bee can't take that stinger with her, and when she leaves, she rips it out of her body. It's a remarkable defense system designed with one purpose in mind: to get you away from the colony. There are really two situations under which you'll get stung. You're just out and about, maybe you're walking barefoot in your yard, you step on a bee, maybe you grab a flower and grab a bee. Those are really accidental stings. You just squashed a bee, you put pressure on a bee, and it stung you. Most of the time when you are stung, and certainly if you're being stung 2, 3, or 4 or more times, you are probably too close to the honeybee nest. They are stinging you to communicate a few simple truths. Number 1, you are too close to my nest. Number 2, we don't want you here. Number 3, you need to get away. So that's why honeybees have stings to keep you away from the precious resources that they have in their nest.